Okay, people, Genesis. Okay, the first pay-per-view of the year of 2009. Okay, we're gonna have Petey Williams cashing in his tag team title shot. He's teaming up with Eric Young. They're reforming Team Canada for the one night, maybe. And we also, I do this in advance, so 2 or 3 weeks out from the pay-per-view, Petey comes out and says, "Hey, at Genesis I'm cashing in my tag team title shot, and here's my partner," and he's carrying his case as well for the X Division title. And they say, "Look, we were great in Team Canada along with you, Bobby." And we bring up the fact that it was actually Eric Young who was the tag team champions with Bobby Roode, and the three of them were in Team Canada. And let's not ignore history. So, and yeah, we bring that up as well. So we include that in the video package for this match. Promoting it, so you wouldn't have a video package of Man Leach. So we go into this match, and unfortunately, again, Beer Money gets the win, and shortly thereafter, I think Petey left the company anyway. So this would be a great last hurrah. Okay, we have a match: Scott Steiner versus Matt Morgan, and this is pretty quick. I think Scotty was just on his, not quite on his last legs, but he wasn't able to do the performances he did in 2099 at this point. So I wouldn't make this long either, because Matt Morgan was not great long matches at this point. So, but I want to put over Matt Morgan here, and making the match short would only work in his favour. So then we go into the X Division title match, and it's Alex Shelly defending the X Division title against his good friend Chris Sabin. And I would not have this have a lot of tension in it, but a little bit of tension. I'd have Sabin say, "Hey, buddy, we're going to have a great match at Genesis, but I'm a former 5-time X Division champion. This is your first run. You're not going in there against just any X Division wrestler. You're going up there against one of the best X Division wrestlers of all time. Me, Chris Sabin, former 5-time champion." And you have Alex Shelly say, "Man, I'm the one holding the belt. I might be the one going in here with a lot to prove, but I'm going to prove it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes, friendship or none, to win that match." And you have Alex Shelly go over. I don't think enough was brought up that Chris Sabin was a multi-time X Division champion when this match originally came up, but yeah, and the way it was done was really bizarre. And I'd have them shake hands, and Sabin hold up Shelly's hand at the end of the match, and not have this generate anything. Knockouts title. It's triple threat. Awesome Kong versus Taylor Wilde versus Alissa Flash. Yeah, and Alissa pins Taylor Wilde, and Kurt Angle comes out, whispers something in Alyssa's ear, and then they walk backstage. And yeah, I'm going to touch on that again next time. Legends title. Booker T defending against Abyss, and Booker T goes over here. So it's one apiece. Main Event Mafia 1, Frontline 1. Okay, so yeah, then we're going to Kurt Angle versus the returning Christopher Daniels. Now, the way I'd book this is Kurt Angle's been running his mouth all month saying, hey, I'm the godfather of the Main Event Mafia, I'm the big cheese, I'm wrecking shoppers, and I'm the most dominant force in TNA. I'm a former whatever time TNA champion, a multi-time TNA champion. At one time I held all the belts in this company. And yeah, you have him go nuts, and this is like just the week out from the pay-per-view, and you have Foley come out and say, hey, I've just signed a new talent, and he's going to make his debut against you, Kurt, at Genesis. Now, you have Kurt going nuts in the ring, and you don't even know who it is. I would not reveal who this is. And yeah, it comes out, and it's Christopher Daniels making his big return. And I'd have Daniels hang in there a pretty long time. I'd have and Kurt manages to sneak in a win. It's again to put over Daniels in this match, and eventually have him join the front line as well. But yeah, mainly is like AJ's friend, not like a full-fledged member. Then we go into the world title match. Now, someone else was supposed to be in this match, but he didn't show up. But yeah, it was supposed to be a four-way. It was supposed to be Sting, AJ Styles, Rhino, and Nash. Nash wasn't able to show up, and there's no substitutions in this match. No way, no ally for the Main Event Mafia coming in. Now, I could have shaken things up, but I chose to do it this way, and this leads to tension in the ranks. And you have Kurt going nuts backstage, saying, "Hey, Nash was supposed to be here," and Foley goes, "Well, hey, too bad he couldn't show up." It's now, instead of it being a four-way, it's just a straight-up triple threat. And basically, you have the good guys on the advantage most of the match, but again, Sting managing to use dirty tactics, manages to ape out a win. It's initially just dumb luck that Sting wins this match, and yeah, that's the way we do it. Okay, guys, I'm going to take another break here. We're going to head into Against All Odds next. I hope you enjoy what I got there for you. Some of the fallout from Genesis. I would have there be a little bit of tension between Sting and Nash, but I'd have Kurt kind of be on Nash's side and like be a little bit more understanding. But I'd have Scotty be on Sting's side in this, saying, "Hey man, cost us, man. We really need your help there, and it's just dumb luck that Sting managed to hold on to that belt. But yeah. Alright, kick things off with Eric Young cashing in his Feast or Fight case. He's coming in to feast. Alex Shelly comes out with Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin initially does try and help Alex Shelly get the win here, but he gets ejected by the referee. And guess what? We go on another 5 minutes, and Eric Young comes out, X Division champion. Yeah, so there's some good there. All right, triple threat match. The heel team of Beer Money, the heel team of Team 3D. Now, Team 3D is still heel here. Here, I wouldn't have them be part of the main event mafia. I wouldn't have them join them. I would even probably have had them on holiday for a bit. I think they were touring Japan initially. They come back and they're just not happy chappies. They come in and they think, and they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna get those belts one more time here." And yeah, it's a triple threat match. Go into it. It's Beer Money, it's Team 3D, and it's AJ and Daniels reuniting one of the most dominant tag teams. The X Division Dream Team, not even have them go with that name. But they come up a bit short when Storm manages to get a win over AJ. Brutus Magnus taking on Shane Saul. Shane Saul had only a little bit more time to go, so Magnus gets the win. You get the new guy over here, over someone who's leaving. Knockouts title, Alissa Flash. The newest member, the female member of the main event mafia. Okay, that's what's going on there, isn't it? She goes in here and she gets the win. Yeah. So she's the main event knockout. Main event mafia knockouts member. Legends title, Booker T versus Matt Morgan. Morgan goes into this match and he just wrecks it. He goes in here and he does his thing. Sorry, just going to do something. Thing, and he wins with the carbon footprint. Bang. Kevin Nash versus Rhino. I think I'm pretty sure. I haven't put it in here, but I'd have Rhino get the gore on Nash here. I don't think it would really affect Nash getting a loss here. It's just one of those things. He just doesn't come out on top. TNA World title match. Now, this is the Fatal 4-Way. We have Sting, we have Abyss, we have Kurt Angle, and we have Samoa Joe. I don't see... it was time to make a switch here, I agree. And I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but I'd go into there making it clear that there is still some tension between Kurt Angle for taking Nash's side in this, where he was absent, and that's why he was. And I'd have, in order to ease some tension there, I'd do some flash during the previous match. I would have had a little flashback to the backstage area and where Nash would be getting beaten up, and Kurt saying, "No, I want to show Sting that I'm on his side. I want to show Sting that I understand where he's coming from about Nash last month, and he gets some payback." So Rhino goes over Nash because he wasn't able to get some help when he needed it. So yeah. I'd even have Nash go out there and have Kurt say to him, "Hey, you're getting in trouble out there. You're not getting any help tonight." And yeah, so initially that previous match was Nash getting some punishment, and we go into the TNA World Title match, and Kurt gets the win, but because it looked like Sting was going to get defeated, and they want to maintain control of that belt. So Kurt is the new champion going into. All right, guys. So we got a new Knockouts member of the Main Event Mafia, and I think Alissa Flash would have been a great pick. I think instead of having Tracy do it, I don't think that was a good pick. I understand what they were doing. They didn't want to disrupt anything in there. We've got an unmasked Rahish Saeed, who is our champion. So going forward into Destination X, which is going to be a great X Division show. I hope you enjoy what I had planned for that. Alright, guys, we're going into this. We're gonna have a few gimmicks in here, and it's gonna be a great X Division show as well, because we've got the Ultimate X. But we're gonna kick things off with a tables match, the Masters of the Table match. Team 3D going up against Robert Roode and James Storm. Robert Roode wins by putting Devon through a table. And yes, that's the end of that match. But this is not. This is a beginning of a feud I have planned. Legends title. The Main Event Mafia want their belt back, so they're sending in their big gun Kevin Nash. I don't see this match lasting long, so another one that's probably only going to be about 10 minutes long. I think, and you got Nash, master of 5 moves or 7 moves or whatever it was, including the hair flip. Morgan gets the win. Here we go. Match that I put together, because I figured we've got quite a. This is probably going to get this pay-per-view is going to get thrown on the bus, and I needed to put some tension into the next pay-per-view. So even if you have. This is probably not going to be a great pay-per-view buy, but I think I always try and put something in there that people would want to see. And we need to move this storyline a bit further, but we can't take it that much further. So we have the winners of this match go into Lethal Lockdown with the advantage. So I think that's a good stipulation you can put into the pay-per-view before you go into lockdown. So we have Sting, Booker T, and Scott Steiner taking on Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Daniel. Now, I don't really like doing this, but Joe gets the nix on this match by having Booker T defeat him, and yeah, I know that's kind of sucks. I know I'm kind of burying Joe here, but I'm doing it for a little bit of a reason. I'm going to have him come back, and he's going to be that same bastard he was before. Okay, X Division title, Ultimate X match. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Sheik Abdul Bashir, Kiyoshi. I know, that's going to be a bad choice for some people, but I'm just having him in there to throw around some numbers, and I need another heel taking on Eric Young in this Ultimate X match. Now, I'd have Eric Young get the win here. I really like Eric Young. I always thought that this serious character he was going with, given it time, it would have worked. So I'd have him get the win here. And I think he needed it. Oh. Okay, TNA World Title. And this is a place filler beforehand, but you have Kurt Angle taking on Abyss, and Kurt Angle wins, but after the match, Abyss just goes nuts. He starts wailing on people with a chair and just goes nuts. And the only way he can be calmed down is Mick comes out and says, "Don't worry, Abyss, you'll get your rematch at Lockdown." So we've got 2 matches set up already for Lockdown. We've got the Lethal Lockdown match set up. We've got and we've got the main event set up. Okay, going into it. So, guys, I just want to go over a few things. Sorry, I did not include a Knockouts title match here. I would have something happen to him with that. I do have some plans for Lockdown with the Knockouts title, so I don't mind not booking that match because I really wanted to focus on doing some other stuff in between times. So, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that I put the Ultimate X match second. I think you'll enjoyed that. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Okay, guys, Lockdown. Okay, I'm just gonna list off some things that are gonna happen here. Each match is gonna have a certain stipulation to it, but I just want to point out a few things here. Okay, we're gonna have the X Division Escape match. I know that's a favorite of some people. So, Eric Young, Brutus Magnus, Amazing Red, and Kiyoshi. Brutus Magnus was being booked as kind of an X Division style wrestler at this time, so I'm just throwing him in there. I do want to... There's quite a few things here I want to do. We're going to have Brutus and Kiyoshi get eliminated pretty quickly. It's going to come down to Amazing Red and Eric Young. And it's going to be one of those nail-biting finishes, and Red's just going to get there at the end. Okay, at this time too, there was a little bit of IWGP type thing going on. IWGP Tag Team Junior Tag belt situation. So I'd have the Motor City Machine Guns in a cage defend against No Limit, who would come in at this time. So, and Sabin and that get the win. Knockouts title. This is going to be a favourite of a lot of people. Alissa Flash versus Velvet Sky. So I imagine, though, Alissa could at least get a decent match out of this. So yeah, about 15 minutes on this one. I don't think I would go much longer than that. TNA Tag Team Title, and you can throw in the IWGP Tag Belts as well if you wanted to at this time. Team 3D taking on Beer Money. Team 3D win, and you could probably call it the street fight that they did have, because that was quite good. So here we go. Legends title. Matt Morgan taking on Daniels. Now, Matt Morgan, after winning the Legends title, ego is starting to get to him. Similar to the way that it actually did, I think it was the next year. He just started. It was going, we are the tag team champions and all that. This is going, I'm the legend now because I'm the legend Matt Morgan because I'm a Legends champion. So you can play with that a bit. Have him just smashing people. But if I was having taken on X Division guys, it'd be people like AJ and Daniels, and if he goes over people like that, at least they can probably give him some movement around the ring, and he can do some stuff with this. So yeah, I'd go with that sort of thing. But I'd have him go over here because I want to keep the bell ring for quite a while. Because I really like this idea I came up with. Okay, we've got Team Main Event Mafia taking on the front line. Okay, so in the Main Event Mafia, it's Booker T, Sting, Kevin Nash, and Scott Steiner. And I'll probably have them go in that order because I think Nash would have been a little bit even though he's probably not quite as agile as Scott Steiner was at the time, I think having the big guy come in after you have Booker T and Sting in would be a little bit more intimidating. So we got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Rhino, and Mick Foley. Now, the way Mick Foley gets in this match is he brings up a little that him and Sting have a little bit of history, and the Main Event Mafia has been causing him problems. They've been whining and complaining to him, and he's just sick of it. So he's going to teach them a lesson because he's putting himself in this match not because he's a great athlete, but he feels that the Main Event Mafia needs to be brought in line. So you go into this match. And he's the last one in, so immediately after he comes in, he can use weapons. So there we go, and you can have the and I think even though Sting was actually the champion at the time, I think going into this and not having Sting and Kurt dominate the main event scene at this time, you can play with you can have them have their thing, but you have more people involved, and I think that would bring it out. And by the way, I'd have AJ get the pin on Sting, get revenge for what happened earlier in the storyline the year before and at Genesis. So he gets his win over Sting in this match. So then we go into this TNA World Title. It's not just a cage match, it's a match of 10,000 thumbtacks with Kurt Angle taking on Abyss. So you get that, and you can have Abyss do his thumbtack spot and him not being too happy about it. And you can bring in Dr. Stevie at this time too, and he can have him cost in the match too. So yeah. Okay guys, that's Lockdown guys. Hope you enjoyed it.